Yes, they do need to make a more significant move, a significant move. Thank you. Whether that's Jack Flaherty, I don't really think that they're going to go for someone the level of Crochet. It would be giving up too much. I would guess that they would have to give up one of their top 3 to 4 prospects, and they're just not going to go that high up into the farm system. So the rotation needs help, and they need more help than Paxton. Of course, the bullpen needs help, and that's what's been shown the most since the trade deadline. And Arcan, you were very early on this, but you see what the rotation is turning into, and you can either look at it and say, well, earlier in the season was a complete mirage. Those guys can never sustain that level, but I don't buy that. I think that they can be somewhere closer to that than where they've been since the All-Star break. And so I say go out, get another starting pitcher. And I think if you get a starting pitcher the caliber of Jack Flaherty, then to me, that's a significant move. And they still need to do that.
Okay. But do they need that to make the postseason, Arcan?
Yes, I think they do. I think that you're looking at a team right now that in the last 2 seasons, we saw trade deadlines fall completely flat on their face, and you saw the team quit, and you saw them just give up and throw up their hands and say, if you're not going to invest in us, then we're not going to worry about this anymore. And it started with the manager. I mean, he was a part of it too. But you saw it all the way down from Xander Bogaerts to Rafael Devers, and Bogaerts isn't here anymore, but Devers is. And there's a lot of other guys on this team who I think will feel that same sort of resentment that you've seen the last 2 years when the team just refuses to call in any reinforcements. And this year, I think it'll be even worse because they were 10, 11 games over 500. They were a legitimately good team this year, and now they're on the outside looking in. All the other teams around them are active and making moves, and the rest of their schedule is very, very difficult. So, yeah, I think not only do they need it because we all agreed that the pitching staff was kind of a mirage. You need to help that pitching staff. They've started to. I think they've done some moves. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I'm not going to complain about it when they go out there and get a 8th-inning guy from Cincinnati, which is what this guy is. But there's still more work to be done here, and if they don't, I think that you're going to see the team react to it negatively, and I think that's going to usher them right out of the playoffs.
Okay, I hear that, and they have done it 2 years in a row. There's no denying it, and we were very critical of the way Cora handled it last year. If it happens again, we'll be critical of it again. I think they're a better team this year. They're a better team. They play a different style. I saw it day one with this team. So I do think they're a better team, and I don't think they're going to fall off that much. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Should they make a big move, a significant move? Absolutely. Jack Flaherty, or, if you want to go bigger, go for Crochet or someone like that. I don't know if Tyler Anderson constitutes a significant move, but like a starting pitcher like that, go get a bat, depending on who's available. You like Rengifo, Mego. I'd aim higher than that personally, but whatever. Go get a real big league bat who can hit lefties. That's something you need. That's what they should do. That's what I want them to do. But do they need to do that to make the postseason? I don't necessarily agree with that. They've played horribly for a week and a half up until last night, which was its own weird thing. Like, I feel like that's how they have to win games now. They're not going to win a lot of these one-run games because they're so decimated in the bullpen. Like, they kind of need to win games the way they did last night, outslug the other team, and hope that, they can just out-hit the other club because their pitching is in a bad way right now. And maybe that'll continue. I don't think they need to make a move. They should. I want them to. They should make a couple of significant moves. They're the Red Sox, after all. But the teams around you are Minnesota, who they're 2 games back of. That's the second wild card. Kansas City, who is a game up. Seattle's a game and a half back. You just knocked the crap out of one of their best starters. And then after that, Tampa's right behind you. They sold the farm. The Rangers are 6 games out, 5 behind you. Then you're down to the Tigers, Blue Jays, a bunch of other sellers. So you're competing with Seattle, the Royals, the Twins. That's it. And, I think this team is good enough to make the postseason. That doesn't mean that I want them to just whistle by the graveyard and hope they can back their way in. But I do think it's a more talented team than the last couple of years. I guess that's my real point. I think they're better. And I think they've proven they're better in the last couple of years.
I think they've been more talented up to the point, at least, of the All-Star break. But at the same time, isn't it easier than going out and asking your team to basically just win on offense every single night going forward, or the majority of nights? You don't want them to be positioned to only win one kind of way when you can add more to the bullpen and you can add somebody else to the rotation. Why would you hinder yourself?
No, that's what
I don't. But I'm saying I
wouldn't make it any harder.
I don't think it's realistic for them to go forward and just try to win the way that they won last night. Has Yoshida, no offense, he was spectacular last night. Has Yoshida showed himself to be consistently that guy at any point since he's been here?
No.
So I don't know why that's something that you would look at and say, that's something I can count on going forward.
Maybe not him specifically, but the offense. I mean, the pitching staff's melted down. The offense has been
right.
great
I'm singling him out, but it's. Do you think that that's something that will continue through all of August?
Not necessarily with him, but I think you can get that output from other people. Like I think the offense in the lineup has been strong enough that you haven't completely fallen out of it. I mean that's been the difference. Yoshida specifically, I don't think you'll expect that from him unless they're playing the Yankees. He kills the Yankees.
So you agree with Jones?
To the extent of there is no, I don't. I think that they do need to make a move in order to stay with it because all of those other teams that you just mentioned that you're competing with have all been active. They've all made moves. The Royals have. The Mariners have made a ton of them. You're seeing Houston now, and I know that it's either going to be them or Seattle, but assume that you're going to be going back and forth with them at this
Houston's
point
going to win
too.
that division.
They probably will, but they also made some moves too. So I mean that's beneficial to them. I think that when you're competing directly with these other teams and you think that you need to make a move to get better and they're all doing it, then they're going to be better than you. That's my point.
Yeah, no, so you can jump in on this. Do they need to make a significant move to make the postseason? I don't think they do, but I think they should. Like, why would you not increase your margin for error?